maybe Death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Good luck.
What time it is? Actually, y'all don't know what time it is because I put a different title on the video. But today is gonna be the review I've been waiting for, or the movie I've been waiting for a couple months, and that's Final Destination Bloodlines. Let's get it. I bet. So, yeah, it was a good movie. Let's just say that. And that's the review. I'm out. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, but real shit. I'm gonna put my professional voice on, and I'm gonna put my professional stance on because right now I look like shit. And that intro was pretty cringe so far. So I'm just gonna try to edit that out, or try to put some funny sound effects over it. Either or. But let's get it. All right. So. Yeah, Final Destination Bloodlines. That movie was crazy. I think. Okay. First things first. I want to say that everyone was hyping this movie up before it even came out. It had like a 95%. Oh shit. Sorry guys. Sorry about that. Alright, sorry about that pause. That just threw me off. But yeah, everyone was saying that it was the bloodiest one of the whole series, and it was brutal and everything. And before it even came out, it was on 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is crazy to me. Even though most people don't find Rotten Tomatoes liable, which I kind of do. I don't know why. I'm just one of those people. But except for Nosferatu. Nosferatu is horrible, and I will stand by that to this day. But Final Destination Bloodlines, what everyone was saying, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of true. I mean, it kind of is. It might be my favorite one of the whole series. I'm not gonna lie, and I just started there with that. So I do apologize for that. I know I'm stuttering a lot throughout my videos, but I'm gonna try to stop that. It's because of them. It's because, oh my god, it's because of this mask. I can't focus. I can't breathe almost in this. But it's a cool mask, so I'm just gonna keep it for the videos, and maybe do a face reveal later. Maybe wear a different mask every video. Who knows? Anyways, getting back to the movie. Yeah, it was crazy. What everyone was saying about it being brutal and everything. I mean, they couldn't be more right and more like, I don't know how to say it. I don't know. They couldn't be more right. I'm just gonna say that the hype was worth it. The hype was like valid because I watched it yesterday. Yeah, and it was just a crazy movie. I'm sorry. I just can't speak right now because I just don't know how to unravel the movie. It's just crazy. Yeah. I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. It's just trying to think on where to start on this movie because it's just pure madness, and it's kind of an emotional movie too. It's different. It's very different than the other Final Destination movies. The tone, the deaths. I'm gonna say it's more of a horror comedy a little bit. Because it has a lot of funny moments. Even some of the deaths, they do make comedic. But even if they do make it comedic, the deaths are still pretty traumatizing. Like, you're still gonna, squint your eyes or, like, look away or, like, hold your partner's hand and just, squeeze it, because you're gonna be like, ah. Like, even if it's goofy, it's still painful. Like, you can still hear the person suffering and look at the person suffering too. You can just see it and hear it. But the scene is somehow still hilarious and goofy, which I like. Those are my type of movies. That's what I would have liked The Monkey to be. The Monkey had some brutal deaths, and it had some funny moments as well. But Final Destination was a little bit more brutal, I'm not gonna lie. Especially with a lot of the deaths. But yeah, going back to it, starts with this family. Well, the opening is with this woman and her boyfriend. They drive to this like huge tower, like a tower restaurant. I don't know what it's called. I don't remember the restaurant name in the movie. I don't think they name it. I think it's called the Pyramid or something. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, you have to go through this long ass elevator, which takes like 5 minutes. Like when they get in this elevator, it literally takes them like 5 or 10 minutes to get to like this vantage point where they're trying to get to, which is the restaurant. And the guy's just speaking, and I don't know I don't know how to explain it. The scene is kind of goofy because of how the worker in the elevator speaks. He's the guy who, I don't know. He's one of the servants who guides the customers through the restaurant, and seats them and everything, and explain. And he's the tour guide basically. My bad, tour guide. I don't know why I'm rambling on, but yeah, tour guide. And yeah, basically, he just has this kind of goofy ass voice that kind of threw me off, and I couldn't take the movie seriously a little bit in the beginning. Um, there was some goofy parts in the beginning, but the beginning was definitely intense. It's just the beginning kind of threw me off, like I said, because it was pretty goofy, especially with that guy, the way the guy was talking, which I don't know. It just threw me off. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but yeah. Anyways, we get to that. Um, we see that the girl's scared when she's getting up the elevator because she's getting higher and higher, and we see that she's almost to the sky. Like it doesn't even look real. Well, no shit, it's not real. It's a movie and it's a green screen. But I would have liked the movie to make it look a little bit more realistic. Because it was like, I swear it was like 5-10 minutes they were in the elevator. But anyways, we get to the top of the elevator. Um, she's with her boyfriend, and they get to the front desk. Something doesn't work out. Apparently, the guy he talked to, the boyfriend got him a reservation there at that tower, at that restaurant tower that just opened. It just opened, mind you. And the guy that he talked to actually got let go that day that it opened. So, like opening night, basically. Yeah. Basically, yeah. It it opened the day it opened. That guy got fired. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. That guy got fired, and they couldn't get in. And I'm just rambling on about the plot. Part of the plot that doesn't matter. But anyways, we get through all that, and we get to the part where this woman is pregnant. Blonde lady in the beginning. I forgot her name. But just to let y'all know, spoiler alert, that is the old woman in the movie. They showed it in the trailers too. They showed it in the trailers that it's her, so I'm not spoiling anything. I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyways, we get to that she's pregnant, and this black singer lady, I'm sorry, I don't mean to call her that. This lady, a singer there, just comforts her and says, how many months are you? And she's like, oh, I'm 9 months, or no, not 9 months, sorry, 2 months. Her boyfriend doesn't know. She tells her boyfriend. And before she tells her boyfriend proposes to her. And when she tells him, he says yes. Or like, my bad, she says yes. But she also says that she's pregnant. And then the guy's happy. They're both happy. They start dancing on the glass. Him and her start dancing on the glass dancing floor. For some reason they made it out of glass. For some reason they had to make it out of glass. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of glass it is. If it's the strongest glass in the world, I don't give a fuck. That is not safe. I don't know that. I know that's not OSHA safe. That's OSHA violations right there. But anyways, yeah, everyone starts not noticing because there's a loud ass music, which, in my opinion, this was the highlight of the opening. The music, the everyone dancing, the sound in the theater, just the speakers, the music just vibrating in your ears is just crazy. Anyways, it just gets crazier from there. The glass breaks. The girl starts noticing that this. Before the glass breaks, the girl gets off the dance floor because she notices that the glass is breaking. And yeah, I'm just rambling on about the opening a lot. I know I'm 10 minutes into this review, but I just want to talk about it. Um, she, yeah, she gets off the dance floor. Everyone starts falling. A fire happens. The half the fucking building explodes, and start half the building starts collapsing. And there's this little boy in the box, which is the singer's son. And the singer already died. She dies a brutal death. I forgot because there was so many deaths that I forgot how many people died and how they died. So I know that singer died. So I think she burned to death. Yeah, which is sad. But anyways, the lady, the blonde lady in the beginning, which is the grandma in the movie. I'm sorry, I forget her name. I know before I start these reviews, I should remember the characters' names, but I always forget. Especially since there's so many characters in this movie, which I will get to because there are a lot of likable characters in this movie, which made the movie more heartfelt and more emotional. But anyways, the blonde lady saves the little boy that was in the box the whole time, or hiding or something, and she holds on to him, but they both end up falling, and she gets killed. But then she ends up finding out it's a whole premonition. But the thing is, they do something different with this last movie. Instead of panning to the same person who experienced this death, we pan out to our main character in the future, which is I know I have to remember these characters' names. I don't remember any of them. I have to search it up. I have to. I do apologize for that. It's because there was a lot I couldn't name. Oh my god, I'm sorry, but we do pan to the main character's name, which is the main girl. Um, I'm so sorry, I forgot her name, but I'm gonna name her Katie, the black haired girl. Uh, the girl's dad who's Asian. All right, I'm gonna just say that. I know this is a goofy ass review, and this is the worst review you've ever seen. But stick with me here. We pan to her, and the thing is, in the Final Destination movies, we always pan back to the main character who experienced the accident before it happens, so they can save the people before it happens. So the main character can save the people. But it doesn't happen that way. We pan to the future, which turns out to be the granddaughter of this woman we saw in the beginning, and she ends up experiencing this in class. The teacher talks to her about something, about her getting back on her studies and everything, and it turns out it's because of these dreams she's having about the tower, about what happened with her grandmother and everything, and she ends up trying to locate her grandmother, and she ends up going back home, and her family's kind of distant from her because she left. And ever since she got to college, she's been not answering calls, apparently, not visiting much. And yeah, just that. And the family's pretty much mad at her for that. And yeah, especially her brother. But her brother understands kind of in the beginning. He kind of explains his frustrations. He's like, yeah, you haven't been around. Why are you here? And they kind of like, talk it out a little bit. They kind of joke around, and they're all right. They end up making up a little bit, and they end up going to their cousin's house, and that's where we meet our main characters. In my opinion, they're all main characters. We meet the cousins. We meet this one blonde girl. I forgot her name. We meet the guy with the tattoos and the piercings. I forgot his name. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna name him Josh. And the blonde guy. The blind I'm sorry, like they do not look like siblings. They all do not look like cousins, but I do have some white cousins. I'm not trying to be racist, but the mix just doesn't match. But at the same time, the dad is Asian, and he did marry a white woman. I don't know why that matters, but I'm just saying, like I'm just trying to remember these characters' names. I don't know why I'm rambling about something I shouldn't. But yes, we get to the cousins, and basically, yeah, it's just they're such likable characters. The way they all go out is just crazy, and yeah, she ends up talking to the uncle. The uncle's great. The aunt, she's great. Until later, which I'll tell you later what happens, which is there's a lot of twists in this. But anyways, yeah, we get to the uncle basically, which yeah, he tells her that your grandmother's crazy. She's a horrible woman. She traumatized your mother for years, which is why your mother abandoned you when you were 10, which her mother did abandon her when she was 10. And then basically after that, she ends up going to the aunt, and she begs the aunt to give her the address to her grandmother's house so she can stop having these dreams at college, and so she can focus, basically. And she basically tells her, she hesitates a little bit, but then she gives her the directions. She goes to the grandmother's house. Grandmother explains everything about death, about what she went through at that tower, everything. And the granddaughter doesn't believe her. And basically, she ends up going out of the house. The grandmother starts yelling to wait, and she wants to give her this book, but the granddaughter won't budge, which got on my nerves a little bit. I'm like, just take it. Like, even if you're not trying to stick around, just take it. I would just take it for just stop screaming, because it's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm rambling on about some of my shit again. I'm sorry. Anyways, she takes the book. She's like, this is everything you need to know about to keep our family safe and everything. And she basically has to go out and do this, because in the book, basically, she knows that if she goes out, she'll get killed, but she does it anyways to save the rest of her family. And to prove it to her granddaughter, she willingly just does this, and a fucking spike just goes through her jaw, and it's hella gory, and it's just crazy. And this is where the movie kicks off. We get back to the uncle and the family, the cousins, and yeah, the uncle dies of a lawnmower accident, which is crazy. That death was gory. Everyone was saying it's just CGI and gore effects, which was evident, but it wasn't like bad. It was brutal. Like the sound effects, you could see the blood, the face, half of his face missing, everything, and just shredding his face basically. And the scene is just intense. It's shocking. All the deaths are, and the way the cousins go out, the way the two brothers go out, it's just crazy. I thought, I remember that first trailer release, I thought the guy with the piercings was gonna get killed, but, like in that scene, in that teaser that they released, with that, they had us fooled that he died, but he didn't really die, because in the movie, it's immediately revealed that after that fire, he's like on the street, just walking, and his cousins run him over with the car, like by accident, because they don't see him. And it's just a hilarious scene. And then this is where the other cousin dies, the blonde girl. She gets crushed by a garbage truck. Sad, but the way the tattoo guy goes out, still the fucking piercing guy. I forget his name. Oh my god, I want to be so professional and name all these characters, but I forget, and I do apologize. But yeah, they end up going to a hospital, and there's an X-ray, and he has piercings everywhere. Here, his nose, even his like. I'm just not gonna say it for YouTube purposes, but I'm gonna just say the man area down there. Alright, that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, and there's like an MRI scanner there that they're close to, and they turn it on because they're idiots. They don't know where they're going. And the guy's piercings just end up flying out of his nipples, his fucking nose, his man area, and he ends up getting sucked through. And then a fucking I'm sorry, I'm cussing so much. All right, I'm sorry, I'm just rambling on cussing. I'm trying to sound professional, but it was just crazy. this wheelchair just goes through his whole stomach. It's just really gory, and it's just sad how both the brothers die, and the other brother dies by the vending machine. The little coil that holds the snacks just ends up going through his head and just spinning, which is a funny scene. But yeah, it was just a crazy experience, crazy movie. And yeah, it just ends up ultimately, we get to the mom that abandoned them. She comes back, and then, she ends up dying. Getting burned to the face first, ends up saving her son, and then she ends up just getting crushed by a random pole. And yeah, we basically just get to the ending where the two cousins, you know, I think the brother, no, not the two cousins, two siblings. The brother pulls out his sister, starts giving her CPR, and they think that she died and that brought her back, but they end up getting told in the end, because they're at this prom or whatever, not prom. This guy, the brother's about to take this girl to prom, and his sister's there, and what's it called? The oh my god, I'm trying to think. The girl's dad, who he's trying to take out. Oh my god, that sounded so wrong, bro. All right, the guy he's trying to the guy's daughter he's trying to take out. He tells them that she didn't die when she, was choking on water, when she was drowning in that pool. Cause all right, I'm just not gonna get there. All right, I do apologize for that. I am back, and all right, let's continue with the review. I do apologize. The neighbor knocked on my door asking for a cookie cutter. I didn't have one, so I do apologize, or I did apologize to her. But anyways, let's just get back to the video. Yeah, so yeah, movie was crazy. I already said that a bunch of times during this video, but I just wanted to say that again and again because this movie was bonkers crazy. This is my favorite one out of the whole series. And yes, it does end like every Final Destination movies. You can't escape death, so the two final siblings do end up dying when they realize that they didn't cheat death, and that when the brother resuscitated her, the sister, I'm sorry, I forget. While this video was off, I should have looked up the character names because I didn't remember, and I should know this. Me being a big fan of the Final Destination series, and me have watched all of them, I should have. I do apologize for that, and that's how that's hella unprofessional, so I do apologize for that. Anyways, movie was crazy. I mean, in my opinion, it's a 9 out of 10. It's not a perfect 10 out of 10 because it's not perfect. I would have wanted. Shit, this scared the fuck out of me. I would have wanted more. But I do want to talk about Tony Todd's appearance. And I do want to convey the message that he sent. Because when I was in the theater and Tony Todd sent out that message that life is precious, enjoy every minute of it, that pulled my heartstrings a little bit, and that kind of made me emotional. I don't know. It just did something to me in that theater, knowing that was his last appearance in a movie, and knowing that he passed away very recently. Rest in peace, Tony Todd. I just want to say that, and it was just. Yeah, it was an honor. I just want to say, I'm not trying to be dramatic about it, but it was an honor to, be in the theater and watch, this man's final performance in a movie, and him getting a proper send off, and especially by the end credits when, it just said, the title just said, in memory of Tony Todd, and yeah. It just pulled my heartstrings, and it was a very good movie. Can't wait for the 7th one, because I know the series isn't over yet, and I have a feeling that the series has no conclusion, and that death somehow is always going to win. And that's how these movies are always going to end. Doesn't matter whether 15 come out or 20. In my opinion, they're always going to have the same ending. Death always wins, but They're always gonna do it in new ways. And yeah, that's my rating, 9 out of 10. And it was a very good movie. And yeah, that's it, y'all. All right, until the next one. Peace.